Made all over the world, enjoyed by millions, but still mysterious to many.
Including us.
Oh, my God.
I'm Matthew Goode.
And I'm Matthew Rhys. You might be wondering what two actors are doing on a show about wine.
I've always loved that sound. Glass of giggles. And then maybe a cleansing ale.
Well, we're going to be looking behind the labels on all kinds of bottles.
Is a dry finish on it?
Yeah, it is dry.
I quite like
Well,
it.
okay.
So do I.
Oh,
What?
From the wine we enjoy every day with our dinner to the really, really fine stuff.
This is well over £100.
I'm all right.
We'll be exploring stories that not only tell us about wine, but the world we live in today.
It's about weather, soil, grapes, and people.
We're going to show you there's a wine out there for everyone, and trying something different is the best way to understand more about this marvelous drink.
Knock me down with a feather.
Indian rosé.
Wow.
But we're not doing it alone. Our team of wine experts has traveled to 11 countries on 5 continents to bring back the best and most interesting wines.
I'm not sure if this is sort of genius or just bizarre.
Here, to our villa, high in the Italian hills.
Where have you been, Maestro?
I've been to Chile. It was very interesting. We've got 2 fascinating wines.
And we're getting out and about ourselves.
This isn't right.
It is right. It's just you haven't worked it. You don't speak Italian.
Make her speak English.
We're taking a trip across Italy, choosing wines that reflect the spirit of this most beautiful country.
Made your choice?
I've made my choice, but I'm not going anywhere for a bit. I'm going to just luxuriate in it for a second.
In this episode, Amelia Singer heads to Australia to taste one of the world's great wines in the historic Barossa Valley.
Here we have the 2010 Hill of Grace Shiraz.
Oh, wow. And this hasn't yet been released.
Give me your arm.
Joe gets to take Goody's temperature. Naughty boy. Ow! And discovers he's really not that cool.
This is a wine thermometer.
And
700.
Joe shows off his schoolboy French as he tries to buy Rhys and me 288 bottles of wine.
Goody makes the ladies swoon,
I need some ketchup.
but not in a good way.
She's gonna have a heart attack.
As we're tasked to find a wine to go with our versions of a classic bolognese.
So sit back, relax, and get ready to inhale the delightful bouquet
Of this vintage episode of The Wine Show.
Why did he never send postcards?
I don't know why he doesn't do it, but it's time for Joe and his jerry can of wine.
How do you know?
Because he's there. Look at him. He's right here.
Oh, our intrepid master of vino.
Where have you been?
I've been to France. I've been to Burgundy.
Lucky.
Oh, very nice. I can see quite an expensive bottle.
These are very good wines. Grand Cru, the best Premier Cru, well up there. And I thought I would see if I could go and buy a barrel of Burgundy.
What, from a shop?
Not from a shop, no, from an auction, which makes it all the more exciting and terrifying.
Did you manage to purchase?
I'm not going to tell you now. You're going to have to find out.
Oh, you are a master of mystery, too. Before we taste these glorious wines, let's find out what Joe got up to in a very dark and dank part of Burgundy.
A busy Saturday in a French market town. But this isn't any Saturday, and it isn't just any French town. We're here in Beaune, and it's the centre of the wine universe for many people, certainly for me. On the 3rd weekend in November, the world arrives for one of the most important days in the wine calendar. This is the weekend of the Vente, where some of the most famous wines in Burgundy are sold at auction. And this isn't a big part of the world at all. I've cycled the whole lot in pretty much a morning. This is the Hôtel Dieu, or Hospice de Beaune, a medieval hospital set up to care for the sick and poor by the Catholic Church. Back in the 15th century, local winemakers keen to be in the good graces of the church gifted parcels of land to the hospice. Nearly 500 years on, it's the wine produced by these vines which is auctioned by the hospice for the benefit of the local hospital. But I'm not here to just taste a bit of wine and buy a few bottles. For the first time ever in my life as a professional wine merchant, I'm hoping to buy a whole barrel. That's 288 bottles, and I'm doing it at one of the most prestigious auctions in the world. I need to know what I'm getting myself into. I'm going to spend a lot of money on a big barrel of wine. Fortunately, I've been invited to a private tasting of this year's wines by Christie's. This is where I get to taste some of the wines being auctioned tomorrow, all of which come from this year's vintage.
Right, here we go. This is straight away. This is quite exciting. I can see there's some very, very big buyers here. Let's come and have a look at what we've got. The first wine we've come across, Batin Montrachet.
That is one of those dream wines. I've only ever tried that once or twice, and that's the first thing on the table. This event is a bit like being in the pit lane at a Formula One race. The sterling moss in the room is Anthony Hansen, one of the greatest and tallest experts on the wines of Burgundy.
It's not like a normal wine tasting. That's really cloudy, and
Yes.
there's a slight frizz to some of the whites
Yes.
and very vibrant reds. What am I looking for,
Well,
would you
the
say?
reason why it's cloudy is that it was only fermented about 7 or 8 weeks ago. So some of the yeasts are still in suspension in the wine. They haven't settled down to the bottom of the barrel. So that will become clear. Wine, of course, is created by fermenting, thanks to yeast, the sugar in the grape into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Normally, the carbon dioxide disappears into the atmosphere, but at the moment, you've still got some in there diluted, which gives you the prickle.
I've never bid for anything in an auction before. Is there anything I absolutely mustn't do?
Well, this auction, you've got maybe 17 barrels of the same wine being offered. Therefore, what I would say you must not do is don't bid on the first barrel. Watch the market, don't jump in.
I will be very cautious, thank you.
It's been a privilege to taste some of these wines so early in their development. The challenge is to imagine how they're going to change. Creating wine is a bit like raising a child, as much about nurture as nature. If I do manage to win a barrel, I'm going to need somewhere very special to help that process along. This is the magnificent winery of Louis Jadot, one of Burgundy's most important négociants, or merchants. They make and look after wines made from grapes from some of the most famous vineyards in the region.
The design of this place is no accident. This is a cathedral of wine, and that represents the reverence in which these wines are held. What's gone into here is the product of centuries of people gradually learning how to make ever more interesting and delicate wines. This is just the current incarnation of the winemaker's art in this part of the world.
To think that the wine I buy might sit in this magnificent cellar, I can't begin to tell you what a thrill that gives me. Frédéric Barnier is the head winemaker. Now, if I am successful in bidding for a barrel of wine, you've very kindly said you'll look after it. What is it that you're going to do with that barrel?
We are aging it in a very small place, very protected place. So it's called La Main d'Or, it's like an écrin in French, so very special place.
The finest wines, the Grand Crus, are held in La Main d'Or cellar. Even its almond shape has a special significance. In the Catholic Church, it represents the transition from earth to heaven, and it's believed this shape can influence the aromatic balance in the wines.
Now, we've come in talking quite quietly. I mean, are these like your sort of babies, your children in here?
You know, it's like very young babies. You don't want to wake up. So of course, yes, and you feel it immediately when you arrive here. But you don't want to make too much noise.
Is this where, if I'm successful and I can bid for a barrel, is this where it's going to go?
We will find a small place for your barrels, yes.
What an incredibly spiritual place. I'm not sure I'm going to sleep as soundly as the wine in this cellar tonight.
I've spent about, 2 days looking at this. This is the auction guide, the catalogue. What we've got in here is all of the lot. You can see down here, there are 23 barrels of this particular Corton that you can go and bid for. Here, though, there's only 6, so if you don't get one of those and you really want one, you could be bidding very high towards the end. You know, suddenly it's all become really very real. There's loads of people who've come with an awful lot of money, so whether I'm going to be able to outbid all the others who've come from literally around the world, I've no idea.
Time to go and pick up my paddle and find my seat. I can't remember a time when I was this nervous.
In this room, there are more people than there are barrels of wine being sold. I really, really wanted to get a barrel of wine.
Et nous débutons à 4 000 €, 4 000 €. Nous débutons. 4 500 par madame.
It's fascinating watching it all. At the moment, people are bidding quite high, and that's a little bit scary. The next series of lots here, the estimate's between 4.5 and 7,000 euros. That's just about in my price bracket. If it goes above 7,000, I'm not going to join in.
Anthony Hansen's advice is ringing in my ears.
It's gone to 7. I'm out.
The price is rocketing up. I can't even get into the bidding. Well, this is worrying. The prices are much higher than I'd hoped.
I can see that the one thing I was told not to do was to go in really early, but the prices go up very quickly, and once they're up, you have to pay the higher price. So I'm going to do the one thing I was told not to, which is to bid early on a lot.
OK, here's another lot I'm interested in, an Auxey Duress Premier Cru, great quality wine, and one of the best value lots in the sale.
Premier Cru, cette série à 3 000 €, à 3 000 pour la première pièce. 200, 500, 800, en voulez-vous, monsieur? 4 000, 200, 4 200, c'est vous, pancarte levée. 4 500 au centre, 5 800 ici, 6 000 par monsieur, en voulez-vous? 6 000, c'est sur ma gauche.
Am I going to get it? I can't believe it. No, we're off again.
6 300, 6 500.
I'm perilously close to my limit.
Monsieur, voulez-vous 700?
700.
700. Voulez-vous 800? 6 700, même personne à ma gauche. À 6 700 €. Monsieur, 6 700, 245.
That was the most terrifying thing I think I've ever done. I bought a barrel of wine. And I can't believe that in my first go at going and bidding for something, when I broke all the rules and the one rule I was told not to, we got it at the best price of all the barrels of that wine that was sold. Saved 700 €, can't believe it. It's really, really cool. And I definitely need to go and have a glass of wine and just calm myself down.
Can I say, I thought you did terribly well there.
Very impressive.
But in a barrel, there is... How many bottles of wine in a barrel?
288. Now, this is a S1E8 Premier Cru. This is not the wine I bought. The wine I bought is still in the barrels.
This smells incredible to me.
It does.
Really, really.
The colour's right, the smell's right.
Remember, Burgundy will always have a slightly lighter colour.
Yes,
it's not a big, dark, dense, rich wine very often.
I don't like that very much, I've got to be honest. I'm really sorry.
Maybe it's too early. Your palate does change during the course of the day.
Maybe that's what it is, because it is meant to be...
I absolutely love that.
Oh, really?
I do.
I do.
Have another go. So if you have another try, absolutely, let's do it again.
In this short amount of time, you think I'm suddenly going to enjoy this wine more?
Yes.
I can't imagine that's true.
Stop talking.
Smoother.
Oh, I've got a slice of humble pie here.
Where is that? Can you bring it up for me? God, it's delicious.
What I want you to do now is to start thinking about quality. So you've got to have some way of selling that wine is better than that wine because, and we can see the 4 things that tell you whether a wine is good or less good.
What are those?
Well, if you have a sniff and a taste, this wine has more balance, greater balance between the fruit sweetness and the acidity in the wine. And I can tell it's lasting longer
on my palate.
On your palate. Partly because it's more intense. So we've had a more balanced wine, it's longer and it's got greater intensity.
And it's complex.
Well, absolutely. You can smell more things.
But I'm sort of reaching for what I can smell because there seems to be a lot going on.
Don't worry. Human beings can only distinguish up to 4 different characters in any one smell. You just know there are more things there. So great wines are balanced, long, they have great intensity, and they're complex. And that was what I was looking for as I tasted through all those very young wines.
So your barrel's going to be very similar to this. You're a very lucky man.
I can't wait to see your barrel bottled, or indeed what that will look like. However, we're very proud to present to you, Mr. Fattorini, your very first label.
This is a real treat. Your Auxey Duress, Premier Cru Duress from the Cuvée Boyau. They donated the vineyard. The wine show. Joe Fattorini.
Oh,
that's a real treat. I shall put that up on my wall. Look, if somebody wanted to buy a barrel of wine in the Hospice de Beaune, or if they wanted to know more about these wines, or even if you wanted to know the difference between Premier Cru, Grand Cru, the information is all on our website.
Well done. Thanks ever so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Seriously, if you could throw us a couple of bottles, we wouldn't mind.
Merci beaucoup. Still to come, Basque superstar Elena Arzak tells us about her thoughtful approach to pairing food with wine.
We know the pigeon eats seeds. Now the seeds need something to add with acidity.
I come clean about my secret bolognese ingredient.
I did bring some oxo cubes with me there.
I'm sorry. You're just taking this to an entirely new level. And I have an encounter with a particularly comforting Australian wine.
It just coats your tongue and tells you everything's going to be fine.
Where there's wine, there's a gadget. Whether it's cooling, pouring, or opening, someone has tried to find a way to give us the best glass of wine possible.
But which gadgets are great and which are good for nothing?
Cool it. No, chill.
You're on it with this week. You know what we're covering, don't you?
You're going to make wine colder for us and more palatable.
Both make it cold and keep it cool.
Very good.
Should we start with the traditional thing that people may know?
Hey, look at that. We all know that from a picnic, or that's what our parents use.
A Vacuvan sleeve. Keep it in the freezer, pop it over a bottle of wine, and they say within 5 to 10 minutes, it's nice and well cooled, but you can use it to keep a bottle cold over a period of time. So let's say we've cooled our bottle of wine down. Now we want to keep it cold. What do? I shall show you.
Use that useful ice bucket that's right next to you.
You could use this.
The wand of truth.
This is a corksicle. So we pop it in the wine like that.
That's a good fit, isn't it?
Take the top off.
There's a secret lid.
There's a secret lid.
Look at that!
It both cools and aerates. You like that?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Can I give you a chili ball?
You did last year.
What you do is you take out this little device, the holder.
Yeah.
You have your chill ball
Take
here.
your baldric.
That goes on there. And then this...
Good heavens.
Sits on the side like that.
Look at that.
So the wine isn't diluted, but it keeps it cool. Now, somebody has arrived unexpectedly at home.
Get out!
And you want to give them a nice cool glass of wine, but you haven't put anything in the fridge.
Pop an ice cube in their mouth.
No. We're more stylish. We can use this, the Cooper Cooler. There's water and ice at the bottom.
Yeah.
That goes like that.
Insert. Close.
Lid comes down.
Oh, it doesn't fit. Or is that how it's meant to be?
We'll discuss this.
Okay.
Press the button. Ooh. It pours water, iced water, over the wine, but spins it so that it's getting it really cool. And within 6 minutes, that will be 6 degrees centigrade.
Why wouldn't you just put it in the freezer?
Will you be able to tell the right temperature? Give me your arm. Come on.
Naughty boy.
Ow! This is a wine thermometer.
Ooh.
So you slap it round a bottle or a friend's arm, and it'll tell you how warm it is, and whether you need to chill it down.
Oh, look, you're getting hotter.
Okay.
Or maybe it's just a measure of your career.
It's actually very useful.
It is useful.
Put it on a bottle.
Different wines have different temperatures. So an oat Chardonnay wants to be around 15 degrees, but if you had a young Riesling, you want to be nearer 6, 7 degrees.
I'm a young Riesling.
So you can tell using this. I am sure there are people out there who would love to know more about cooling wines, keeping them cool. The best place to ask us is on our Twitter account, @WineShowTV. #cool.
Sorry, Joe. Gadgets down. Now, food and wine. When we're thinking about what to drink, we generally choose the wine after we've decided what we're going to eat. But here on The Wine Show, we like to mix it up. We're asking some of the world's greatest chefs to reverse the idea. First, they're picking their favorite wine, then they're planning a dish to match it. I'm curious to know what Matthew and Joe would like to eat with the red wine chosen by today's chef.
Oh, that got it. Buenos dias, muchachos. Today's chef is being incredibly patriotic, having chosen a wine of our own country. It is a Tempranillo Syrah, 2013, from central Spain. Have a smell, have a swill.
You're narrowing it down for us straight away.
Yes. Oh,
that's
and
very nice.
Tell me what you'd like to eat with that.
Right, come on, Matthew, you start.
I love riocas, which is not too dissimilar, so I would be like barbecued red meat, steak, some sort of meat dripping, delicious.
Right, I'm going to narrow you down a bit, because I think you're in the right area.
Okay.
But also going to be a bit more Spanish. Is it a big wine or a small wine?
Medium.
It is a medium body
Well
wine. It
done.
sort of sits in the middle. And big wines go with really sort of big dishes, and small wines go with very sort of light, delicate ones. And I think steaky, dripping on a barbecue is too big.
Oh, okay.
I think this is a bit more in the lamb,
slightly gamey. If it was
very
too
good.
game, it'd be too
Or is it
much.
getting warm?
Very good, very good.
Take your shirt.
Run, yes, run.
Just keep rolling with
yeah,
that.
Yes, you are.
Possibly even a small bird.
Oh, now, and what do birds eat?
Seeds.
Very good, very good,
Really?
very good. Start running with this.
So this is a real theme that's running through.
You're on fuego, as they say in Spain.
I think it's too much of a sort of guinea fowl. Guinea fowl is sometimes quite delicate.
Right.
But it's grouse overwhelming. It's going to be a bird that's in between a quaily sort of thing.
Oh, I'm very impressed. Today's chef is Elena Arzak, and here she is to tell you about what she cooked to accompany her Tempranillo.
I know I wanted to be a chef since I was very young, and we think our cooking is with Basque spirit, because the food in San Sebastián and in the Basque area has been always very important. We are next to the sea, where the sea products are incredible. We use garlic, we use parsley, we like the fish not very cooked. This is the Basque taste. Me, myself, there are two ways of creating plates. The first one, I create the plate without thinking in the wine. Another way is that the sommelier comes and say, you know, I have a wine that I like very much, but perhaps it's difficult to match with food. And then we create the plate. Wine is like a miracle because it's alive and is life into a bottle. I like also because behind is the human people doing that, no? And with a lot of care and handcraft. For me, the best wine is Rioja. It's made of Tempranillo. Now is the season of pigeon, and if you cook it in the right way, it's tender.
We rush with puree. It's based on pumpkin seeds with poached onion and cherry vinegar. So now we go to cook it. It's 1 minute from each side.
We always like to find a relation from the plate to something, no? In this case, we know the pigeon eats seeds. The seeds need something to add with acidity.
Here you have sugar, orange juice, and sunflower seeds. You make like a pyramid. The orange is very important, extremely sweet. We'll try the plate with this Tempranillo wine. We know this family for a long time. Taste with me the plate so we can decide if it goes well or not.
So it's a very nice plate. I like it very much.
Bueno, Sergi.
Salud.
Salud. Cheers.
Still to come.
Amelia, trinkst du Wein?
Ja.
Amelia takes a crash course in German to help her understand the heritage for some of Australia's greatest wine.
And Goode and I go head-to-head to see who can bash out the best bolognese.
Okay.
Shall we begin?
Okay, best of luck, mate.
Good luck.
I love you.
I love you.
Right.
Italy, a place where food and wine dominate life like no other nation on earth.
But in a country with 350 wine varieties and even more type of grape, just where did two novices start?
We're looking to our mentor, Obi Wine Kenobi, Joe Fattorini, for help.
He's creating a trip across Italy so we can learn a little about this country's best wines.
But sending us to the nearest bottle shop is just not his style.
Yes, this is certainly more than just a jaunt through the Italian countryside.
This is the wine showcase. It currently contains 7 wines. That means there are just 5 more wines for you to find that capture the spirit of Italy. I hope you like pasta as much as I do.
I do. Love it.
What I want you to do is to find a wine that matches pasta. Now, if I say to you that I'm going to send you to Bologna, I think you can imagine what sort of a pasta dish we're heading for. Happy with that?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's go.
Right. All right.
Yep. Now.
Yep. I keep forgetting that bit.
If we're going to Bologna to find a wine, there's only one dish that Joe can be talking about.
Pasta bolognese. Who doesn't love it?
Well, I do. And as it happens, it's one of my personal specialties.
Really? Well, aren't we lucky to be heading to its birthplace?
Have you got a sort of signature bolognese dish?
It's kind of my mum's recipe, really. My mum.
My mum's is pretty good too, but there's not much point coming to Bologna unless we learn about the perfect recipe.
Shall we? All right, mate. It's quite.
Do you mean us?
We're heading to meet two cooking teachers, Barbara and Valeria, who've agreed to point us in the direction of a wine to go with bolognese.
And what better way to find the right wine than to learn how to cook the real dish? Although I think my version is a classic already.
I did bring some OXO cubes with me then.
I'm sorry, for a moment then I thought you said I brought my own stock cubes with me.
I have.
You're just taking this to an entirely new level.
I don't like the competitive element, but, you know, they're pitting us against each other.
They're pitting us against each other. I don't like this competitive level, but I have brought my own stock cubes just so I can smash your face with my bolognese.
OK, so the gloves are off, are they, again? Oh,
Clearly.
Fine.
They're just pitting us against each other. Ah, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Valeria. Matteo.
Before things get too ugly, thankfully our teachers have arrived.
And they're straight down to business. It's like a bolognese mastermind.
Which is the recipe you know?
My mother's.
Same, my mother's.
With a twist that I've given it over the years. But don't judge it yet.
Can you teach us?
Do you have all the ingredients?
No.
No.
So we have to go
shopping.
And do some shopping.
Yes, to the market.
To the market?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go.
Come on,
Go.
Bologna is famous for its market, and Valeria and Barbara are taking us to some of their favourite shops.
The Quadrilateria is a series of cobbled streets which has been home to the merchants and grocers of Bologna since Roman times. I've decided I'm going to use this as a learning opportunity, Goody, and cook the classic ragu bolognese recipe.
Listen, Ivor, don't be so cocky. My recipe is a winner at home, and I'm confident my version will win them over.
Onions.
Celery.
Garlic.
Even if my ingredients are raising a few eyebrows.
And we need bay leaves, and we need oregano and basil. I need some ketchup. She's going to have a heart attack.
Signor, carota. Per
Grazie.
favore, grazie. Celery? Yes.
Yes.
Perfetto.
Yeah, I'm going to put herbs in mine. You putting herbs in yours?
No, I'm following
You're
the
going to go with the traditional recipe.
Listen, we've got
That's
two experts. I'm following.
Now we really are competing. I would like bay leaves.
Foglie di alloro.
Ah, he does. Look, he keeps it under the counter.
Black market.
Yeah.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Due. Grazie.
But look, it's Italian ketchup. It's probably pure and beautiful.
We need the concentrated
Il
tomato puree.
concentrato di
puree.
pomodoro.
Passata? It's got a lot.
If you want.
If you want, yes.
No, I don't. I'm just following the experts. Just basta
That's
così.
it? Okay.
Grazie. Grazie. I'll take that.
Grazie mille, signor.
Okay, let's go.
Have a butcher's of this.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
Now for the meat. Beef and cured pork, utilising my best Italian.
1 chilo di bistecca macinata.
No, it's
Pancetta di maiale.
Yes, to make. Or...
Pancetta, sì. Grazie. The meat comes with the nipples on in over here. That looks great. Perfetto. Wonderful. I'm done. We've got a lot to do. Let's get cooking.
Right.
Where are you going?
Oh,
The shop is on the left side.
Yes, it's the wrong side.
Sorry, yes.
Sorry.
We just, there was something there he wanted to see.
Yeah, it was called a pub.
Finally, it's off to the school of cooking.
Where the ingredients for my winning, classic bolognese are waiting.
I think it's to the collision of two worlds. I shall be representing Italy with the traditional recipe.
Basically, my recipe is going to be the sacrilegious, sort of ignorant version.
Unconventional, maybe, but I'm still confident my version of ragu bolognese will win them over.
With ketchup and OXO, what could possibly go wrong? Guided by Valeria and Barbara for my classic ragu bolognese, I've got minced beef, pancetta, celery, onion, carrot, tomato paste, wine, And here's a new one on me. Milk.
I never heard of that.
Yes, you find in some recipes to give more softness to your meat.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Every minute in this country.
Okay.
Shall we begin?
Okay, yeah, best of luck, mate.
Good luck.
I love you.
I love you. Right.
How is cutting?
Not so
Pancetta.
fine.
Can be finer. Oh, the bay leaf.
Getting my herbs in.
Oh, look, you do a reduction, a jus.
Leave the garlic there.
There are only 3 vegetables in a classic bolognese: celery, carrot, and onion.
Pum, pum, pum.
That's correct.
That is correct, yes.
You're doing very well.
Why do you use...
You wait. I'm going to put some ketchup in a second. It's going to blow your knickers
This
off.
is not Italian.
Oxo cubes going in.
You can add now the wine.
You use a good wine, you have a good dish.
True. Cook with what you drink. It's very thirsty work.
The milk, little by little.
But smell yours, my word.
I know you hate it.
Bolognese Matthew style.
This actually does look rather wonderful.
The smell is good.
So they are very different.
Very different.
Very different.
While our bolognese cooks, it's time for a breather.
I think I'm going to be burnt at the stake by somebody.
Everyone loves
Fire.
the rock and roll Keith Richards, Peter O'Toole of a bolognese.
Maybe.
And that's you.
Yeah. You know, it's been fun. It's been really fun, and hopefully they'll take it all with a pinch of salt.
Bologna's a favourite.
Bologna's in.
Do you know what I feel like? I feel like a Bologna.
You should feel a success. They love you.
I belong here.
You never get my jokes.
Our ragu bolognese is finally ready. Rhys is serving his with tagliatelle pasta.
I am. It's traditional. Spaghetti is a high-risk strategy, my friend.
They are nice.
Yes.
They are very different.
Yes, they are different. This has been a huge learning curve for me. I've learned a lot today.
And I'm sorry for bringing whatever I did into the kitchen today, but it's traditional from my country, so it's 2 cultures collide.
Yes.
And so the UK ragu.
Having seen me cook, I'm not convinced Barbara or Valeria can render a fair assessment.
Fortunately, they've invited an independent adjudicator, Valeria's formidable mother, and she's arrived with a wine for us to try.
Thrilling to meet you, and I'm also...
Shockingly, it's a sparkling wine that I haven't seen for a while. Lambrusco.
That takes me back.
Vi presentiamo 2 vini tipici della nostra regione. Il Lambrusco, che è un vino frizzante, brillante, con le bollicine, che si accompagna particolarmente coi piatti che hanno una certa untuosità.
Great. Let's get it open.
Yes.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yes, of course.
Time for us all to do some tasting.
We have to try the Lambrusco.
And Bella Donna Nonna is going to give us her verdict on our bolognese.
First with the traditional.
So this is Matthew Rhys's.
What does Mama think of the more traditional dish?
Close to the original recipe.
Close.
Oh, good. Well done, Rhys.
Yeah.
Grazie.
Well done.
Grazie.
Well done. Now the British recipe.
Yes, this is what we were raised on.
Matthew ragu.
Open your mind. Con Parmigiano Reggiano. My darling. Feel free to take more. Get a bigger mouthful.
Yeah.
If you want. Interesting.
Okay, I'll take interesting.
Un po' dolce.
A little bit sweet.
I know, I didn't want it to be that sweet. No,
Maybe the ketchup.
Italian ketchup.
Maybe there's a good reason why ketchup isn't in the official recipe. A verdict of interesting, though. I'll take that. Time to taste the surprising and bubbly Lambrusco.
Well, that's lovely. Really dry, isn't it?
It is dry.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for today.
You.
Bologna.
Bologna.
To the tagliatelle.
We may have only tried one wine, but I think it really works with both the classic and my UK bolognese.
Mr. Goode, I have to say I agree, and I don't think we should argue with Nonna anyway.
Your challenge was to go and find 2 wines to match with the classic Italian pasta dish from Bologna.
Yes.
Well, we found two ladies who were very, very good at cooking, and we did the challenge of the spaghetti bolognese, and we learnt some fascinating history, and we had two contrasting dishes. I think one was slightly more traditional than the other, and then this is the only wine that she brought out.
I think there's one thing the two of us have learned during this trip, and that's never to argue with an Italian mother.
But it is delicious, and it did complement it very well.
So what is it that you've chosen?
Well, we bought you some Lambrusco.
Lambrusco from the 1970s cheesy dinner parties?
This was my exact reaction of abject terror. However, I found, and especially with the slightly saltier bolognese, it works.
Let me have a try.
Yes.
This doesn't look like the Lambrusco that is in my popular imagination.
No. Of your nightmares, you mean? I think it went very well with the saltiness of, especially the more traditional bolognese.
It's dry and fresh and bright, and it's got a youthful berry character to it, a bit of strawberries, a lot of strawberries. And it's bone dry.
Which is great.
Fizzy.
Yes.
It's fresh and cheery. Fortunately for you, Mama was absolutely right.
Well, we thought, we listened to local wisdom.
It's a brilliant choice. It'll cut through any fattiness and oiliness in a pasta dish. It is absolutely amazing. I would love to credit you both with choosing it, but I think it's Mama who did all the hard work there.
Absolutely.
She did.
And good for her for being an advocate for something that's slightly tarnished and doesn't fit in the box.
It doesn't fit in the box.
Sadly, it's been tarnished, I think, with a similar brush to Chianti. It has a very
bad reputation.
Unfortunate past, and it's about time the revolution begun.
And thanks to your hard work, we are now sweeping that revolution through Italian wine. Well done.
Still to come.
Barossa Shiraz.
Barossa Shiraz, OK.
Amelia Singer bowls them over down under on her Barossa wine adventure.
And we're bowled over by the wine she brings back.
Just divine.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
G'day, fella.
G'day, mate.
Australia. What do you know about the Barossa Valley?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, a little bit, tiny bit.
Have a taste of this.
All right. What is this?
This is a Barossa Shiraz from Peter Lehmann.
Ah, and to the layman, what should one expect from this glorious wine?
Stylistically, the Barossa Valley is famed for making big, lush reds, particularly from Shiraz and Grenache. This is a Shiraz. You're getting it straight away, aren't you?
I won't so much sip it as take a bite out of it.
You're looking for an opulent spice, rich flavours, lots of currants and plums.
I really like that.
Isn't it inviting?
Yeah,
and that's the style around here.
Come in, mate.
And remember, this is a valley with small families from long heritage, often coming from Germany, and they often have these plots they've owned for a long time. The vines here can be incredibly old.
Really?
I didn't go. It was Amelia who went to go and visit the Barossa Valley. And it is a place, as a wine traveller, that everyone should try and get round, because it is beautiful and gorgeous and fascinating.
Well, then let's find out what Amelia got up to in the Barossa Valley.
I've always said it's really important, if you want to get to know a place, to learn the language and try the wine. Which is why I'm learning German in the Barossa Valley. Sorry, I think there's something a bit wrong with the script here.
In fact, there's nothing wrong with the script. I'm here in the town of Tanunda in the Barossa Valley, 60 kilometres northeast of Adelaide in South Australia. Even though the Barossa Valley is one of Australia's most famous winemaking regions, all around, there are reminders of the culture that the 19th century immigrants arrived with. They came from Eastern Europe, modern-day Germany and Poland, and that Germanic flavour, from street names to local shops, is everywhere. German was commonly spoken here for over a century. This Lutheran church established here in the 1870s really tells the story. This town, and indeed the Barossa wine industry, owes its existence to the Lutherans who fled here from Europe, seeking a place where they could practice their religion freely. It was a long and dangerous journey, But for those that made it, one of the first things they did was plant their roots. First that took hold were the vines. I'm heading to Chateau Tanunda. Built in 1890, it is the oldest and largest chateau in Australia. There to meet me is Dr. Peter Micken, Senior Lecturer in Linguistics at the University of Adelaide. He's working to preserve the language and culture the Lutherans brought here, specifically through the language, Barossa Deutsch, or German, which was widely spoken until the Second World War.
Amelia, trinkst du Wein?
Ja.
Oh, ja? Und du trinkst gerne Wein? Es schmeckt?
Wein?
Schmeckt?
No.
Gut?
Nein.
Nicht?
Nicht.
Ach, das ist schlimm. Now we can speak English.
So when people think of Lutherans, they don't often think of boisterous wine drinkers. How was it that actually wine became such an important aspect of the first Lutheran settlers here in the Barossa?
So the early German settlers came here to be farmers, so here they could have their own land, and they could decide what they did with it. And they had small holdings, small farms, so cows and poultry and pigs. And then they also had vines, a vineyard, and that was really quite important because it was a cash crop, you know, so they take it to the wineries, and these small landholders would sell the grapes. But one of the things that was central was the church. So they were not boisterous, drunken drinkers. They were very serious, earnest, with the church being the centre, really, of their life.
There is no more iconic church in the Barossa Valley than the one here, on the edge of the legendary Hill of Grace vineyard. The vineyard is owned by the descendants of one of the families who immigrated here in the 19th century, the Henschkes. Johann Christian Henschke planted the first vines here in 1862. Each generation has built on his legacy, and it's here that the world-famous Hill of Grace Shiraz is now produced. I wonder if Johann Christian ever thought that the wine he produced in his family vineyard would sell for upwards of £300 per bottle. When he arrived here fleeing persecution, having lost his wife and child on the journey, his life was anything but easy.
We do have some of the original vines
really?
planted, which are over here.
Yeah. Fantastic.
We call the grandfathers, and they were planted back in the 1860s. Those pioneering days would have been hard work. Everything was done by hand. You know, they may have had a cow or a horse or something to help. Yeah, but it would have been enormously hard work.
Stephen Prue and daughter Justine represent both 5th and 6th generation Henschkes to produce wine here. So we've been talking a lot about family heritage and legacy, and that leads me on to you, Justine, because you're 6th generation.
Yes.
Your brother is one of the winemakers, along with Stephen.
Yes, we feel very strongly about leaving this to the next generation. So really, we're just caretakers, and we have huge shoes to fill. But we hope to do the best job that we can.
It's a very busy time here. Grapes being picked, blends being tested, wine being fermented. Johann Henschke, Justine's brother, has begun working alongside his parents. An important part of Johann's job in the winery is to sample wine made from different parts of the vineyard. And I'm lucky enough to be here when they are ready to taste this year's new Hill of Grace.
This is still fermenting, building its tannin and its flavour and its spice character.
Spice is coming through, yeah.
Those vines have been putting grapes out every year for 150 plus years, and they still just keep producing these beautiful, intense flavours.
But nothing's more exciting than the final product. And what better way to end my time here than by tasting the legacy of the Henschke's historic wine?
Here we have the 2010 Hill of Grace Shiraz.
Oh, wow. And this hasn't yet been released, has it?
No. So you've come at a very good time.
It's a really, really stellar vintage.
This one's been decanted, so let it open up.
This is a bit young. Oh, but there's already so much going on.
So from what we tasted in the fermented tasting to see this now in its
5
in
years
its
later.
form.
And yet it looks so youthful, even at 5 years of age.
Incredible.
Prue and Justine are taking me bowling Lutheran style. The game has not changed much since the 1850s, when the first alley was built. The club these days is not adverse to a little recreational incentive.
Drink this. Barossa Shiraz.
Barossa Shiraz, okay.
Having a glass might be a modern addition,
Ah, now, yes.
but the rules have not changed since the game was first played.
To score from 1 to 6, you score 1 to 6. Knock over 7, you score 12.
Oh, right, okay.
And if you knock over 8, you score 18. And you knock over 9, obviously you score 24. In the middle, there's a red one called the kingpin. If you knock a ball over and leave that one, and that one standing, you score 15. If you miss the whole thing altogether, you get a poodle, German for near miss, bad luck, or something like that. But anyway, you score -1. Hang on, we've lost someone.
Today has been completely enlightening. I got to really experience the true Henschke legacy, from the grapes in the vineyards to the awesome juice tasting in the winery and the final grand tasting itself. But today really was not only about getting to know a wine, it was getting to know a family.
Well, it warms my heart that although we talk about many things, obviously the technical aspects of wine, which you do so beautifully, that Amelia boiled it down to something very, I think, intrinsically linked with wine, which is just, it's about family and enjoying family and celebrating wine with people you love.
We're talking about lovely families and people that we love, the Henschkes. Let's talk about this wine.
Well, talk about it and also savour it. This is one of the greatest wines in Australia.
Really?
Henschke's Hill of Grace. It's the product not just of amazing vineyards and beautiful vines, but also of the family building up over generations, the expertise they need to make.
Stop talking so I can describe this wine. That is insane.
That is
what
insane.
a nose on that. That's blackcurrant and there's a lot of fruit in there. I mean, if it's going to be crass, it's so much blackcurrant, you'd think that was Ribena.
He's actually spot on.
Non-diluted, obviously.
Obviously, it's the only way I drink it.
It's cordial concentration.
It is. It is.
You can add water to that.
I haven't tasted it yet. I can't wait, but I'm slightly scared.
Just divine.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
This is an expensive bottle of wine.
Oh.
But isn't it great?
It's ridiculous. Cent, dollar.
As we've learned a couple of times, when sometimes you get a nose on a wine makes you go, oh no, I'm not going near it. And then it just goes, ha-ha.
Yeah.
And my George went, after the initial sip, because it does something here, it just coats your tongue and tells you everything's going to be fine. It's regal. It's like
it's gorgeous.
It's a red king.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing it to us and make sure that bottle of wine doesn't go to any of the crew.
If people wanted to know more about Peter Lehmann's Shiraz here, which is a brilliant bottle of wine, it's much more affordable, in the £10 mark.
Very true.
Or Hill of Grace, about Lutheranism and that migration into the Barossa Valley. It's all on our website.
Well, I've had a spectacular week. That's the nicest wine I've ever tasted. I'd like to thank you, I'd like to thank Matthew, and I'd like to thank you at home. Do come back as soon as you can to watch the next edition of The Wine Show.
The little glasses.
Oh, come on, get in the mood. My little
There you go.
snowball. There you go.
What you could do is pop these in your mouth and then drink with them. See? Look. And it stops conversation. Even better.
With you.